Okay, close your eyes.
Okay. Yeah.
You ready?
I'm ready. Oh, that was
Man,
pretty good though.
That was so close. That was the
actually really
closest
close.
one yet.
I was almost like waiting for you. Then I'm like, no, actually, I gotta get it.
I know. I was
time.
like, I always
Yeah.
feel like I'm the last one, so I was like, I'm gonna go early, and I was like, no, he's gonna wait.
I keep looking at your shoe. I feel like it looks like a Pokeball, but I realize it's a Luke Combs. What even is that? Is that
It's
like
a
supposed to be
fish bobber.
Like bait?
It's a fish bobber.
What
And
is a fish bobber? I don't even know what that is.
I think it's like halfway on your line,
Okay.
and then just sits there on the water. So when the fish like grabs it, the bobber goes like up and down.
Okay, interesting.
So you can just watch the bobber.
There's this interesting part about my ankles/feet today. Is
Oh, you got the
I
McDonald's.
have Grimace socks on.
the-
This is just because I forgot to do my laundry, and this was like kind of like the last straw. And it was like, all right, stay hot, Grimace. You got to get in there at some point.
Or is it because I said wear your best outfit, and you were like, I have to pull out the Grimace socks?
Maybe that's what it was too. I like at the end of the day, they're here. That's what matters, and they're here to show off to you fellas. So
No, and they're really nice.
they are nice. They are. I bought them for a reason.
Carter, I do have some breaking news for you.
What is it?
LeBron James has made his announcement.
He's been keeping us on our toes for at least a month.
Did
now.
you see who he signed
I thought
with?
I thought he was just going to start golfing. His swing is terrible, but I really thought he was going to.
Did you see who he signed with?
I have not. Is this not
breaking.
today?
This is breaking.
Today?
He just signed. This is breaking news.
Okay. What are the options? Give me some options, and I'll guess who.
Well, I
'Cause
mean,
it was Cleveland, Golden State.
Cleveland, Golden State,
Miami,
Miami,
maybe. I heard Philly.
76ers. I think the other one that was starting to make a move was Minnesota.
Okay, Minnesota.
Who do you think?
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna narrow it down to T-Wolves. And the Golden State Warriors and the Cavs.
Okay.
I think it's out of those three.
You ready?
Shoot.
LeBron James will be taking his talent to
South Beach? No.
Philadelphia.
What? No.
He signed with the 76ers,
no, he did
man.
Not.
76ers are winning it.
You're serious.
76ers are winning it all. You want to see?
I'm a Celtics fan, and they just took Jaylen Brown, and now they're taking LeBun Bun.
Let me show you this, man.
That cannot be. No way. Show me the post.
Look at this. 2 years, right?
Oh my gosh, 2 years.
That says 2 years, right?
$8 million. He's taking the minimum.
He's taking a minimum, bro.
He just wants a championship.
That's
They're gonna
insane,
win.
bro.
There's no way.
That's absolutely insane.
That's ridiculous.
What a way to start off.
Well, at the very least, I'm still a dancing star, and that's what matters.
You are.
And what are you?
I'm just Mrs. Happy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I just took the Mountain Dew just for the vibes, you know. But for 46 grams of sugar, this is not worth it.
Yeah, no, I don't
bad.
think so.
It's
Well,
good stuff.
I'm your host, Jacob Davidson.
JD Davidson.
JD Davidson
JD
in the
Thrifts.
flesh. Yeah, JD Thrifts. Thrifts. And we have a very special guest today.
Carter J. Russell in the house.
In the flesh, man.
In the flesh. A lot of you may know me from the tech booth, from the piano, from youth ministries team, from various
Jaden
intern
Russell's
positions.
younger brother.
I'm
From
Jaden Russell.
Ashton Russell's little brother.
Okay, or you know. Anyway, yeah, I've been kind of collecting internships, like Infinity Stones. I like to say. I started with actually this one they're doing today. They're doing media. Did youth. Now I'm doing worship. I almost forgot it.
Man, you got 3. you need like 2 more, and you got the whole gauntlet.
And then, honestly, I would.
You're getting close to the Tom Brady ring.
I'm seeing Ben
picture.
Fidelic do his thing, and I think maintenance would be a really fun
next
job.
year, yeah.
Just like locking in every single day, cutting the grass, putting in the AirPods, listening to Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
You know, it's good stuff. Or listen to the Interns
Yeah, man.
podcast.
Yeah, the Interns podcast. Well, Carter, I know a lot about you, but the viewers might not. So I want you to let them know a little bit about your upbringing. Pretty much just your life up until now.
My life up until now, that's a big ask, but I'll come through. I've been first things first, I've been at SPAC since I was a wee little tot. I actually was dedicated in this building.
Wow.
Some might say these parts raised me.
Wow. This is your hood.
This is my hood. Like seriously, my whole life has been 3 minutes away from SPAC. You know, the house I'm still in, just a 3-minute drive away, right around the corner.
Wow.
And yeah, my life has honestly revolved around this place. You know, whether it's Kidsman, or it's sitting in the services, going to youth, joining the youth team. I've just been in SPAC my whole life, and it's been a huge part of my life. It's been a huge part of my family's life, and it's just like a huge reason why our faith is strong. From myself to my mom to my siblings, it's a huge reason why our faith is strong.
That's really cool.
Upbringing, huge part of that is just SPAC itself. Another part about my upbringing, when I was 4 years old, my parents got divorced, and that's been a major role in shaping the lives of me and my siblings. It's created some hardships, but it's also created a lot of like bonding for us siblings, right? It's created a lot of times to grow, to find out kind of who we are in this world. And again, SPAC has been a huge part of helping us find ourselves within those kind of hard times,
Yeah. So you went to SPAC.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
Went to school at SEA. That just adds a little bit more to how much this place, this church, the school around it has just impacted myself. All my friends, like literally every single one of them went to SEA as well. Everyone from Jacob Davidson to Kian Botchway, shout out. Again, yeah, it's just crazy, like looking back, like how much of my life is the way it is because of this place.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing to like walk in these buildings every day for a job or every weekend for church and be like, wow, like I owe so much of my life to this place, and it's very makes me grateful to be here.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, tell us a little bit about how high school went. Obviously, like you said, your faith, you really found it in SPAC and going to SCA, which is like connected.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that growing up is always easy, so.
No. Yeah, in terms of faith, that's a good question. I think because of my parents' divorce, I've always said, and like I've been trying to like think through it as like what was it like as a kid because of that. And I think a lot of it, a lot of that experience kind of led me to think just a little bit deeply as a kid, and just like think about my life more. I feel like for a lot of kids, it's like you're with your family, things are great, you don't have to think about too much.
Yeah.
But because of that, it just required me to think a little bit more about like, hey, what are my circumstances, right? Why is my life the way it is? And so I thought a little bit, like it wasn't like, not like I was like some sort of philosopher when I was 7, but I still thought.
How about the political and economic?
But I wasn't thinking about the political and economic state of the world. But I just was thinking a little bit more deeply about, okay, like what's my situation? Why is my family different from other people's families? And that just kind of led me to, think about things a little bit deeper. But I was still just a regular kid at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And so that kind of combination of just being a regular kid and still like thinking about things slightly deeper just kind of led me to, just think a lot. Like I was a big thinker as a kid.
Big thinker.
A big thinker, they call me the thinker. So that just led me to be, thinking about things deeply. I think that kind of shaped me as we're kind of leading into it. It shaped me as a little bit of a perfectionist because I was always aware of like what I was doing, right? What I was kind of outputting for myself, whether it was in school, whether it was in sports, even as a young kid. Like I don't even feel I was like incredibly conscious of it. I think it just kind of maybe it was a compensation for my family and myself kind of being a little bit different than other kids. But whatever the reason was, I just started really caring about what my output was, right? What was I showing off to the world?
Yeah.
Who was I to other people? I didn't want them to see like any parts of my brokenness. I didn't want anyone to see, oh, this kid has a different family than other people. His life's a little bit different. I just wanted to be normal.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I think the overcompensation for that was I wanted to be the best, right?
Yeah.
So whether it was in school, again, whether it was in sports, like even just thinking back to like elementary school, like I just wanted to be the best in gym class just because, and maybe that's something that a lot of, elementary boys kind of have the desire to be. But I wasn't just sitting in the field picking dandelions. Like I was wanting to score goals in gym class. I was wanting to just, whatever it was, get high grades even as a kid.
Do you feel like there was a point in your life where it hit you that like, man, like no matter what I do, I just strive to be like, not the best, but I literally just strive to be perfect in it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say in elementary school, a lot of it was just who I was, getting good grades and doing the best I could at that and like receiving awards or attention for that. I was like, oh, that's just like how it's supposed to be for myself. That's just who I am, right? And there's nothing I can do about that. I would say it wasn't until probably like junior high-ish, maybe like grade 9-ish, where my mom always like noticed like I was a good student and whatnot. But whenever I'd get like, I don't know, an award from school, we'd be walking to the car from the award ceremony, and she'd always say the same thing. She'd be like, Carter, like you don't have to try this hard, right? Or like are you like how hard are you on yourself when it comes to this kind of thing? And like in my mind, I was just like what are you talking about, Mom? Like this is just like I'm just like that. Like this is just who I am.
Like I'm just doing something that's normal. Like.
I'm just locked in. And I never really thought of it as an option of like, okay, like what is actually going into this? Like how much pressure am I putting on myself? How much am I missing out on because of like studying too much or just like thinking about this too much? Like how big of an idol is this in my life of being perfect or like getting good grades or whatever it may be.
Do you think that when it comes to, like you said, am I missing out on anything? Do you think there was a time where you realized like I'm missing out on something because of my perfectionism? Like God
100%.
has something for me
Yeah.
and I'm not stepping into it because either I'm too nervous to try and fail.
Yeah,
or
for sure.
You're just pushing so hard in one thing, overworking yourself and unable to see the
I
vision.
think like when my mom kind of started talking to me about that more in junior high, it definitely was in the back of my mind, but I wasn't gonna change who I was. I was like, oh, I'm not just gonna start bombing in school, just so I can chill out. You know, I'm still gonna do the best I can. But I had a really hard time understanding, okay, what's the difference between doing the best I can and like doing like, you know, what I had the capacity to do, God given, or just like putting myself through it just because and just like really suffocating myself for it. And I think it kind of like led like that up to a point. I think junior high and like grade 10, I was still pretty like social, hung out with friends a lot. Like I still felt like I was, like I still felt like I had a life outside of school, outside of performance, right? But I think it really got to a point in grade 11, and that's after grade 11 is where I kind of had like self-realizations, like, okay, whoa, what's going on here? I think I should kind of change courses, and this is like where I think like God's voice kind of came into it. Okay. But yeah, in grade 11, that was like by far like the best I'd ever done in school. It was a generational run. No, I was joking. But it was like, I did really good in school that year. And starting grade, or I guess, I don't even know when it would have been. But like after looking back on that year, I was like, okay, I have these like really good marks to show for it, right? Yeah. But I kind of just noticed, okay, like, wow, like I actually was kind of a nerd that year, but like not in a good way. Like I looked back and genuinely a lot of my friends would be like, yo, Carter, like come hang out. Like genuinely, they would like come hang out with us. You're always studying. And I'm like, no, I'm not always studying. And then I look back like I actually genuinely was always studying. My mom would always say this too. Grade 11 was the year where my sister, like they're closest in age, right? She graduated from grade 12, and then she was gone for about 3 months, just in Hawaii doing some mission stuff. And during like those first kind of 3 months of the year, it was just me and my mom in my house, right? Yeah. And my mom just like noticed how quiet it was because I was always studying. And I was like, I just started realizing like, wow, like I really am putting so much effort and thought and time into this whole studying thing. Yeah. Right? Like it's almost like I don't trust God with my grades, or I don't trust him with what I'm gonna kind of like output with myself, or it has to be on me. Like I'm putting so much pressure to get this certain grade, and if I don't get that certain grade, then my worth is less, right? Yeah. And so that the whole combination of like friends saying you're studying too much, and my mom noticing like, hey, like you're being a little introverted little boy, being super quiet, and just like realizing that I'm missing out on things. That just kind of led to a really different perspective change in grade 12, which like thank the Lord that happened, because like looking back, grade 12 was like by far my favorite year of my whole school career. Yeah. And it was because like I just started like relaxing. Like I almost felt like, I feel like a metaphor for it was like I was super tense and like a lot of it without even realizing, and then in grade 12 was just like relaxing and like letting those muscles untense, right? It's like loosen up. Like the dry needling. Yeah, like dry needling. Just hits the nerve and also like, and like I felt like I had like a way different perspective of what was going on the whole time. And so grade 12 was a year where I generally did like take my foot off the gas a little bit in terms of school, and I just like made friends a priority. And a huge part of it was I felt like, because I felt like God had given me just an experience of Him, a knowledge of Him, as to where my faith was mature. Yeah. In my high school years, and I felt like I had the capacity to be a leader in that sense, but I wasn't stewarding that well, right? I wasn't like in terms of youth group, right? That's like I had my youth boys where I'm supposed to lead and supposed to lead into their lives, and I would miss many nights just to study, right? I would miss a lot of different events just to study, to focus on myself, my own grades, and just being a leader in my peers. Like again, I would take a step back to study or do something else school related, and instead of like being a leader in that front group, I relax off a little bit just to study. Yeah. And so grade 12 kind of like noticing like who I was in Christ and who I had the capacity to be in my school, I just started taking different steps, more mature steps to be a leader for Christ, right? And to just, and at the end of the day, be more present in other people's lives.
Do you feel like when you stepped into that life like God had for you? I mean, obviously, it's not like grade 11, you had great marks, grade 12, you flung.
No.
Do you feel that through stepping into that life God had for you, that He was the one that blessed you with like great marks? And
100%.
It wasn't like, I'm
really
striving for this for myself.
That's a really good point. It just like changed the perspective of mine like the whole time. Like it's these things I'm able to do. Like it's not because of myself. It's not because of how hard I'm working. It's because the way that God has wired me, and just the way He has made me. Like I just am able to do that, and I don't necessarily have to work my butt off and cut out all these other important things in my life just to focus on that. I can still do well in school while still stepping into more of what God has for me.
Yeah.
And I think there's a couple of good ways to kind of see what that change in my life did to me. One way it made me way more focused on people and like how much of a desire I have for human connection.
Yeah.
And just like how much people mean to me, right? Like for example, when I was for most of junior high and high school, whenever my mom would always ask me the question, like thinking about like what I want to do as a career one day.
Yeah.
She'd be like, hey, like do you want to work with people or do you want to work with things? Because usually that's kind of like the
two sides,
two categories, right? You're going to be like a researcher in a lab, or are you going to work with stocks or something, or are you going to work with people, or you're going to be a counselor, or you're going to be a teacher, stuff like that, right? And for sure, like 100% in grade 12, like the whole, I was always things, like every single time, because I was like, that's who I am. I'm an introvert. I'm supposed to be working with things. There's just no other option.
Yeah.
But like as I really just started discovering more of myself in grade 12, because I started laxing off the grades a little bit, since I was able to discover more about who I was, who God made me to be, it was like every time the answer was people. Like I just want to be with people. People fill me up. They're just great people. Like I love being surrounded by individuals like you, Jacob Davidson.
Thank you.
That's like what fulfills me.
Yeah.
And so like again, there's a lot of different changes that happened in that grade 12 year, and I'm super grateful for them. Like for example, like in grade 11, marked my thing. In grade 12, me and a couple of my buddies actually started a Bible study, and that's just one example of how, because I focused a little bit less and less on what I was doing grade-wise, I was able to, I feel like, answer this call that God had in my life to be a leader in my school. Youth became way more of a priority for me. I was way more present there. Hanging out with my friends.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear.
Yeah, so many different ways that like my life, even just in 1 year, changed because instead of focusing on what I can do, I focused on what God is doing in me.
Now that you've seen that change come about your life, going from striving for perfection, maybe not even trying something because you don't want to fail, to just living the life that God has for you and allowing for Him to give you the reward, why do you feel like so many Christians nowadays strive to be perfect, to only put their best foot forward, not talk about failure, things like that?
Would you say more from like a spiritual perspective or just anything in life? Because like there's like the spiritual perspective where it's like I need to be like a perfect Christian for God, and then there's just like kind of like what my focus was, just like everything in life.
I guess why do you feel like so many Christians nowadays only want to portray their good?
That's good.
Show that they are sinners, but almost not show the part of them
Performative sinner.
Performative sinners.
That's a really good question. I don't know. It's actually kind of good timing, because I think a lot of what God has been teaching me this year is like how much of a sinner I am, right? And like not that like I wasn't a sinner before and like didn't recognize that, but just really the fact that like no matter what I do, like just like my actual human nature is sin, right? And I think that's something that our modern like Western church has a hard time dealing with, because the world, like our outside voices right now, like the only thing you're hearing right now is whether it's from the media, whether it's from social media, whatever it may be, it's that like you right now are good enough, right? You're perfect. Like you don't have to change for anyone else.
Yeah, like your body's good enough. Like
it's really that like and what they're trying to do, like I feel like it's a lot of it's well-meaning. It's like they're trying to uphold your self-worth and like make you feel good enough about yourself, and like all that stuff is great. But I feel like it's gotten too much into one direction as to where people think that no matter what they do, no matter what thoughts they have, that it's just right. Like nothing they can do is wrong. And the reality of that is because it's focused on themselves and what they're doing, it's taking the image off of Christ, right? And so for the church specifically, I feel like that the outside voice or the world's voice is kind of like creeping into the church a little bit and saying like, you're good enough, right? You're doing well. You can, and essentially that might just kind of in someone's head be translated to the fact that, oh, I'm doing well. Like I'm doing well by myself. And therefore, like wherever I'm at is good enough. And the reality is nothing we ever do is going to be good enough, right? We can strive.
Yeah, worldly doesn't really.
Exactly. We can strive to get to Christ. We can do anything we can to appear good on the outside and be like content in that. But we just can't be content with whatever our actions are because it's never going to be good enough.
Yeah.
Right? We're always going to come short.
I think a lot of it has to do with like how social media, you want to portray your best. You want to post your best photos. You want to show everyone that I have a better life than everyone else does. But the life with God is almost that opposite. It's like I want to be able to like pray for somebody in my head, and that's just me and God. Like that's our own thing.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to do all these things that, you know, per se, no one's really going to know about.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it all comes down to the fact that, as sinners, what the design of Christ is we're supposed to come to his feet and recognizing how, like, honestly, like, without him, we're worthless.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It says somewhere in Romans, it says the wages of sin is death, right?
Yeah.
Everything we work for in this life, all it's obtaining to is death. And that's if we work for ourselves, right? But if we fix our gaze on Christ, if we turn our eyes towards Jesus, then our motives completely change. It's not about how good can I be for myself.
Yeah.
It's not about I'm perfect right now because the world is telling me I'm perfect, or because I feel good about whatever I'm doing or whatever thoughts I have. It's, you know what, Christ's way is the only way.
Yeah.
I can't get there by myself, but because of the cross, because of the fact that I've accepted salvation, I can get there through him by his grace, by his power, right?
Yeah. I know I've talked about it, but it's just so cool that like we're not put on this earth to have the best job, have the best cars or best clothes.
Yeah.
But we're literally just put on this earth to love God, live by his word, and the rest is from him. It's just whatever he gives us, we're blessed with while we're on this earth. But material-wise, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're driving your grandma's Corolla or like the cool Ferrari. All that matters is that if you're able to live God's word and somebody's able to see that and somebody's able to turn to him, like, that's the best thing.
I was thinking about this last night, actually. I was just thinking about, like, what's the difference between, like, the happiness of my life, right, being in, like, the Western world with a lot of material things, and, like, the happiness of someone. I think I was like, I don't know, my example was, like, Southeast Asia, where there's, like, a lot of poverty, right? It's just, like, I was thinking of Thailand, because Thailand is recognized as, like, one of the happiest places in the world. Like, they're just super happy there, but they don't have a lot.
Yeah.
And so it's like, hey, what's the difference between like my life, like having things and people, whatever, and then their life, and like why, and like how does God see that, right?
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like in my life, what matters to me, and I think my whole life has led up to this point of realizing this. So what matters to me is the people around me, right? It's God, my relationship with God, and it's these people in my life, right? It's my family, right? It's my friends, whatever it might be, and that is the exact same thing that someone in Thailand can have too, right? They can have a relationship with God, and they can have a relationship with the people around them. Yeah. And so if that's what matters most, then it made me realize that like all this stuff around me the world tells me I need, like it's just fake.
Yeah. Like
having a super nice car, having a nice house, having the best job ever, making a lot of money, like that is it's just fake. Like it's not real. It's not, there's no happiness in that. There's no satisfaction in that. Because and again, if this is what God's eyes are, if like someone might ask, I think, the reason why I was kind of going through this in my brain is like, okay, what if someone says, well, why would God make a world where there's like someone in poverty here and then someone in the Western world who's like super comfortable, whatnot? And I was like, wait, no, God doesn't see it like that. He sees how this person in Thailand, honestly might have it better than we do. Yeah. Because they're able to see how all this material stuff, like it's fake. It's not going to do anything. Yeah. And it's the people around them in their life, right? No matter what the poverty is, like as long as they have the food to eat, as long as they have people around them, they have good community, and as long as they have God, like that's what life is supposed to be. And us as the Western world has really lost sight of that. We think that just because someone in an impoverished part of the world might not have things that their life is immediately worse.
Yeah.
But if they're still able to have the connection of family, friends, if they're still able to have a relationship with God, food on the table, like that's generally all you need.
Yeah, it's cool that God gives us everything we need, and everything that we're able to do for him is what he gives back to us. It's not everything we give to the world is what the world gives back to us.
Yeah, like think about the Garden of Eden. Like God didn't set up Adam and Eve with like a Porsche and like a super nice house. They were literally naked and they had food, they had each other. That was it.
Yeah, and life was like
life was perfect.
Life was peak back then, man. Until
the fall.
And
then the fall that's when like the scarcity mindset came in, where like I need this, or I'm not gonna be happy. And like I feel like we need to, especially as a church, we just need to just roll it all back, become as simple as we can, and just recognize that all we need is each other and God, you know?
Dude, this was awesome today.
This was awesome.
I think everything you said is going to resonate with people.
Appreciate that, man.
I think your words meant a lot, and you've lived a really impactful life to change somebody else's views.
Appreciate that, man.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, I just realized you're not even wearing a shirt, dude. What the
Dude,
heck?
I was so embarrassed, man. I was like sitting downstairs.
He's got a lot of confidence.
I drank some water. It spilled on me. I was like, oh shoot, I gotta take my shirt off. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. But
God bless podcast.
God bless. We'll see you next week. Ciao.